What's going on, everybody? C4 here. It's hype. I feel very good with this. Ever since Madden's been sending me stuff, and I don't know what that means for my title as a content creator and working with Madden. But let's just say since C4's come around, franchise mode's got a little better. All right, and if you watch this Madden 22 reveal trailer, it literally looks like the homie Deuce Douglas pretty much got hired at some point. I don't think he did. I wish he did. Deserves to do. But how could you not be over the moon about any of these features that they broke down in that reveal? It was very user versus CPU focused for all these features, like the M factors, the fact that they've gone in and at least on paper promised that every single game, every single team is going to be very niche, very specific, tailored to their skill sets. You play the Bills, they're not going to run the ball. You're going to throw Josh Allen, Stephon Diggs 40 times. You play the Baltimore Ravens, you're generally going to have to try to stop Lamar Jackson running it like a dozen times a game. That is absolutely, above all these features we've been asking for franchise mode. At its core, the issue with Madden franchise mode, Madden user versus AI, has been the fact that all AI generally feels the same. There's no uniqueness to it. And they've gone in and addressed that. And then they've thrown in the M factors, which has a lot of influence from NCAA. I'm happy from that. But what I want to talk about here today is the two other features that I think maybe need a little bit more attention. We can break down some screen grabs and talk about it, make some, hopefully, really good assumptions and kind of, maybe speak these things into existence. And today, I want us to talk about scouting. What we know right now is that they're going to be revamping scouting. Scouting has been so copy and paste. You know what I'm saying? Hit X 3 times. That's been really your limit of scouting. You have scouting points, and it's not been good, and it's been copy and paste. And for a mode that's already, as a mode in whole, has been copy and paste, it hasn't been a good look. So they have come out and said that their scouting is going to be retooled, but it won't be available at launch. It will be coming in a September update. So that's a little lame. I have reached out to the powers that be just to see if we can get confirmation that this scouting update that comes in September will work with existing franchises, because that would be so brutal. This game, whenever it comes out in August or whatever, to start your franchise mode right out the gate and then find out that, midway through September, they're finally going to be releasing this big-time scouting thing and it doesn't work with existing franchise mode. So if I can figure that out, I will post that out on my Twitter. Follow my Twitter. But what we do know right now is that you're going to have a 5-person scouting team to cover up to 5 regions. You're going to have area scouts, individual area scouts, and then you're going to kind of have your national head scout. And you're going to be able to scout the national region, the entirety. You're going to be able to scout the west, the central, the northeast, and the southeast. So all these different regions essentially just make up in your head just college conferences, right? Where these college teams are playing. You go in the southeast, you're going to be getting the SEC schools. You go on the west, you're going to be getting the Pac-12 schools, and everything in between. Scouts have tiers. So I'm going to assume to 5, just from the screen grab there. 3 was the highest that we saw. Maybe that it is only 1 to 3, but they have different tiers. And what you can see is that the higher the tier, 1 being the lowest, we'll say for this example that we saw from the reveal, 3 being the highest, that the higher the scout tier is, the more effective of a boost you're going to get for scouting specific players. So you can see if you have a tier 1 scout, you're going to get a 5% boost. If you have a tier 3 scout, you're going to get a 15% boost. And I assume, this is going to be a big assumption, just kind of looking into the coaching staffs right now, I assume one of your coaching staffs, be it player personnel, because you have your head coach, OC, DC, player personnel, there's probably something in that player personnel or maybe head coach that will be able to influence the levels of your scouts, or maybe just, we're not going to find out the deep dive. Maybe there's going to be some sort of off-season team budget allocation to hire different scouts. You could just straight up go and hire the best 3-star scouts or the highest tier scouts you can get to have an all-star scouting team. I feel like they're probably not going to do that because there's no real limitations to how much money you can spend. But either way, awesome, right? Awesome. It's not just you have 3 scouts, is that they've added a little bit of variety, added a little bit of customization, because you're going to be able to have positional expertise for each of these individual scouts. You can have a scout that's really good at scouting quarterbacks and left outside linebackers, or you can have a scout, if you really need to work on your O-line and your blocking, you can get one that's just good for tackles and for tight ends, so that you can truly build your team and ultimately your scouting staff the way that you want. If you have your 3 scouts and you're seeing right now that the writing's on the wall for your offensive line. You're the Philadelphia Eagles, Lane Johnson, Brandon Brooks, Jason Kelsey. None of those guys are getting any younger. You could probably plan ahead and just straight up hire 3 scouts that are only going to scout the offensive linemen, because that's what you're desperately going to need to scout and get young players in to replace those all-stars that were previously there. So you're also going to, within the regions, right? It's a big map. Each region is going to give you the strengths and weaknesses of a position group to better delegate your coaching staff. So if you're obviously SEC, right? The Southeast. If you desperately want an SEC corner, you're going to at least be able to look at that region and you can see if corner's going to be a strength of that spot. Because for all you know, maybe the Pac-12 is going to have the best corners. So you're going to at least be able to make a decision of where you're going to send your scouts based upon what areas of your team that you're going to want to improve. I will say one thing that I do hope comes from these regions and stuff is putting importance on like the SEC and all that stuff. Can we just get some realistic schools in Madden generated classes? I'm sick and tired of seeing top 10 projected players and like half of them go to schools that have never had a first round pick. You know, it's like, oh, look at that quarterback from Monmouth, first overall. Like, can we get some realistic schools? I don't want to see more than like 2 FCS schools within the first 3 rounds. Like, that should be automatic, okay? Second of all, for this little tangent, can we make dev traits fun again? How underwhelming, disappointing for like one of the rare fun things you could generally experience in a franchise mode in Madden 21 was like 90, I don't want to say 90. We did a couple of experiments, we had a couple of memes, but like I would say at minimum 50% of the time in a generated draft class, and especially when you're just doing rebuilds and stuff and you're burning through seasons, 50% of the time, half the guys in the top 10 were normal dev trait. Why? Why would you do that? Why would you try to just nerf and shoot yourself in the foot by not having fun, exciting players come? Like, oh yeah, let's just have 8 dev traits for UDFAs. Can we just go back to having like fun draft picks? Is that too much to ask? Back on the video though, so the regional scouts, yeah, so they're gonna get strengths and weaknesses. Again, that's awesome. That information is gonna be cool. And the last little feature we can talk about here for scouting is that they're adding a mock draft feature, which, hey, you know, as someone that makes a lot of mock drafts, it's a big part of the offseason process, the draft process. Now, I don't know if this is going to be essentially maybe your new hub or just like a little additional feature on the side, kind of like in Madden 21 when you got the updates for the playoff brackets. But either way, I like the fact that this mock draft feature that come and said it will update throughout the season. So as you scout more about the prospects, they will move up and down these little mock draft boards. That's cool. That's something that you can always just kind of keep an eye on. And I feel like, you know, it is like probably more so like a visual upgrade than it is necessarily a feature. It's cool. Have a nice little central hub. And the fact that it will update as you scout all these different players, that's pretty cool, man. It's just more in depth. So I want to know right now, comment section, how are you guys feeling about Madden 22? And for the sake of this video, in relation to scouting, is there more that you want to know? Is there more features you guys want to see? Don't hesitate to ask, because I might be able to extend an olive branch to somebody else, and that could be very valuable information to pass on. So make sure you guys voice your opinion here in the comment section below. But again, scouting, that's the point of this video. I'm also going to have another video talking about the staff management, and you know, obviously in comparison with the initial reaction to the Madden 22 reveal. But how are you guys feeling, man? Am I just... you know, I just don't see any way, unless you've burned the bridges and completely given up on Madden as a franchise and you're never going there, that you can be disappointed. You can find a way to, with a nitpick. I mean, for this scouting, it's not available right away, which is obviously would be ideal if it came out at launch. And I am going to, until this game releases, try and get an answer about this September scouting update. Will it apply to existing franchise modes? Because I know myself as a content creator, I know you guys, especially with all these brand new features in franchise mode, you're going to be just ready to go and start your franchise as soon as you get your hands on this game. It would be a little frustrating if you don't even know if this big time scouting update is going to apply to your existing franchise mode. So hopefully it does, because that's what they tried to do with some of the features that got released post-launch in Madden 21's franchise mode. But hopefully I get a little bit of clarity of that, and I can pass that information on to you guys. But I'm happy, man. It's a very good day. A very good day for franchise users. A very good day for someone like myself that's getting ready to go all in on Madden 22. Make sure you subscribe. This is going to be... I'm going to do everything in my power. In my power. To make Madden 22 on this C4 YouTube channel as big of a banger as it possibly can. You don't want to miss a ride. So hit that subscribe button, the likes, the little thumbs up. They're free. They help my videos in the algorithms and all that stuff in between. But make sure you guys leave a comment about how you feel about scouting. How do you feel about Madden 22? What do you like? What are you still skeptical about? Everything in between, let me know in the comment section below, and we'll see what happens from there. So thank you guys for watching. Very excited for Madden 22 season to start here on the channel. Thanks for all the support up to this point, and it's just starting, man. It's just beginning. I'm hungry. We're going for it. I'll see you guys back here on the next one. Thanks for watching, and peace out.